He's one of New Zealand's most recognisable comedy voices and the man behind cult classics including Sports Cafe and Moon TV. Now Leigh Hart is back behind the mic launching a new season of his iHeartRadio podcast, Paid to Talk. And he joins me at the desk this morning. Leigh, good morning.
Good morning, Ryan. Big fan. Sorry, just checking my heart rate there on the Apple Watch. It looks like we're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was watching you look at your watch as you sat there. I'm like, it's not that boring.
You can get obsessed with these kind of things once you got one. You know what I mean?
So what's your heart rate doing now?
Well, it's gone up actually. It must be nerves coming on here. Big fan, as I say, but it's coming down now, so that's good.
So what is it's Paid to Talk's very vague. I mean, it's basically saying this is my job.
Yeah.
So what do you
call
call
any of the shows here, Paid to Talk?
Yeah.
And I think the idea was we didn't really have a name for it, so we just wanted to ensure that the powers that be knew we were getting paid for it. So when we invoice, they would say yes, they are getting paid to talk. Let's pay them. So talking's a big part of it, and getting paid is a big part of it as well. So.
Hey, obviously want to get your take. Sports Cafe it's got sports in the title, so I'm
Well, that's what I do.
putting things together here. We just had David Kirk on the show. You'll know about Dave Rennie's appointment.
Kirky, yep.
Kirky and Rennie, thoughts?
Big call. I was a bit shocked myself, but a good choice. I'd like to see them keep it simple and maybe a bit of old school innovation. As you well know, my great uncle Kenny, back in the day, came up with things like the defensive bomb, which is a bomb behind your own posts when you're hot on defence. Hasn't been used successfully since probably 1954. Be nice to see that come back into the game, more skip passes, this kind of stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah, okay. And what do you think about Jamie? Do you feel bad for Jamie Joseph?
I've got to be honest. I was in the Jamie Joseph camp.
Were you?
Yeah.
He's more old school, sort of hard coach. The players I think were a bit scared, maybe.
Well, exactly. I remember you mentioned Sports Cafe. One of my first stories was going down to Wellington to interview him. I think he was coaching Wellington at the time, not even being sort of Wellington itself, not Super Rugby team. And I think they'd come off a loss or something. And my God, he was getting stuck into those players, big guys.
Actually?
Really, these full-on All Blacks, Lomu was in there, all these sort of people, but especially the forwards, he was getting in there with the tracksuit, throwing them to the ground. He was a huge man. They were scared of him. And I don't know if that's too old school, whatever, and whether he still operates that way, I'm not sure, but there's something about that I kind of liked. And I was kind of, and he's a great coach as well.
He is, yeah. So it's good to have two good options, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we've got one of them, which is great. We had cricket overnight.
Yeah, look.
T20, we're in the final.
Yeah, well, that's great news, of course. The ACC obviously covers that pretty well. I was up late last night. I should have watched it, but I didn't. I was actually researching the podcast, of course. You're doing that kind of stuff because, as you well know, a show like this or a podcast is nothing without research.
Exactly, which is what clearly I've done a lot of for this interview.
Well, yeah.
What guests are you getting on this season?
I'm sorry. As I say, the shows are very much about research and guests, and both of which we're really going to amp up from our series. I don't really want to commit to saying, hoping you'd come on.
Happy to come
Next
on.
week.
Oh, it looks a bit dingy.
Oh, shit. Well,
where is it?
That's the old set. That's set batch up north. At the Eco Lodge, we call it. But now, for the new series, we've brought it in-house into the studio environment because it's going to be more hard-hitting, more political guests.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think we've got the mayor on next week. There'll be no softball questions, of course. We'll be going hard on him.
That'll be funny. Do you need interviewing tips from me, the producer?
Look, I'd love to. That could be... I'm hoping to use part of some of this footage in next week's podcast.
Oh, right, okay.
Content.
Great. Well, you just, take whatever you want.
I'll take whatever tips I can get.
Do you get paid more every season? Because it's paid to talk. Presumably, once you're on season 3, you paid 3 times what you were on season 1.
Yeah, that's how it should work. But I've sort of changed the invoicing system. I don't know if you recall the rock musician Chuck Berry, controversial in many ways. He's dead now, of course. But he used to invoice, 15 grand for a gig, which he was only supposed to invoice 10. He would invoice 15. Get the money up front. If the microphones worked and the guests were okay, and the band is okay, he would give 5 grand back. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm invoicing twice as much, and if everything works, I'll give half back. That way, I'm always getting paid to talk. There you go,
Good to see you. Come back anytime.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but Leigh Hart, host of the Paid to Talk podcast, and you can get the podcast.
Oh, podcast.
Come on.
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
iHeartRadio.